they discovered that this 43-year-old woman had been ripped open from her groin to her sternum, exposing her intestines from her abdominal cavity. The killer had also stabbed her numerous times. Now, this did get the attention of the police, but the police didn't know who the hell they were supposed to be looking for. They heard rumours on the street there might be the work of a mad butcher who was known to menace the prostitutes of the area, who went by the nickname of Leather Apron. This man also had a red neckerchief around his neck, a little bit like this. He was also about 5'7" in height, so about my height, between the ages of 25 and 35. So my age. But this man also had a thick moustache, so don't worry, it wasn't me. On the 28th of September 1888, we start to refer to our killer by the name we all know him as today.
Jack the Ripper!
Jack the Ripper. Cuts through the imagination, just like his knife-proof flesh. What the killer had left of Catherine Eddowes, right, pretty much where you're standing, my dear, was truly diabolical. She had been strangled, very, very close to death. So she was still alive when the killer cut her throat with such force, it looked like the killer was actually trying to saw her head off. He's then proceeded to rip through 3 layers of her clothing and then rip her open, no word of a lie, from her rectum to her sternum, taken out her intestines and tried to jam them into her neck. He's then taken out part of her stomach lining and chucked it in her face. And he's done so once again so he could take away a few more of one of his victim's vital organs. He takes away part of her bladder, part of her uterus, and the whole of her left kidney. You may notice that her face is in a bit of a shambles as well. That's because after that, the killer then drew his attention to gutting her face. This is actually a reproduction, but this gives you a very good example of how Catherine Eddowes was found, right down there. And the killer did all of that in a little under 6 minutes. Jack is like a figment of our imaginations. Mr. Top Hat and Cape would have been found dead round here back in 1888. Now, yes, this guy could be the killer, or this guy could be the lead singer of Queen. It's not like he goes poof into a cloud of smoke. This is a flesh and blood man with the flesh and blood of 6 women on his hands. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. So guys, thank you very much.